Hello everyone, welcome to Bearcats Virtual Clinic. My name is Doug Martin. I'm the men's golf coach at the University of Cincinnati. Today I would like to share some things with you that we do as a team that I also think can help your game. Also, before I get started, I would like to thank all the people at the University of Cincinnati. As we're preparing for our student athletes to return to school, from President Pinto to John Cunningham to Dr. Devine and Bob Mangine, everything that they have done to prepare this, make this seamless for these student athletes to come back. Their safety obviously is number one to us. This has been great and they have been so proactive with this. Our students are very lucky to have those guys taking care of them. I really am going to spend the majority of the time talking about shots that I don't think most college players, in fact all college players, many amateur players, don't spend enough time on and around the greens. I remember back when I was on tour, my goal was to spend 20 hours a week just chipping and putting practice only. And there's a reason why the guys are playing on the PGA Tour is they have the ability to get the ball up and down, make key putts, which helps keep the momentum of their round. So I'm gonna go through a couple drills that we do. The first drill that I'm gonna talk about is kind of our par putt drill. And so we do a circular drill around the hole and you have to make each putt and close it. So as we get started here, our first drill that we're going to talk about is a par putt drill. So basically what we've done here is we have made a circle drill of a 3-foot, a 4-foot, a 5-foot putt, and then this is a 10-foot putt that closes out that line, okay? So the way we go through this drill is you have to make the 3-footer, 4-footer, 5-footer, come to the 10-footer, close it out. Kind of why we chose these distances is 3, 4, and 5, pretty good chip shots, should convert most of those, and then your 10-footer is your poor chip, we hope. So as we do this, all 4 putts must be made to close out this line. As soon as you go close out that line, make all 4, you come over here, you do the same thing. So what we're trying to incorporate here as well, if we can on your practice green, is if the green is pitched in this fashion, you've got a right to left putt, an uphill putt, a left to right putt, and a downhill putt. So we want to incorporate all the putts we possibly can. This is a great drill to help you convert all your key putts that keep rounds going. We have a special guest today that's going to go ahead and attempt this drill for us. He doesn't get out much from the office, but we're going to have Matt Noonan go on ahead and try this for us. Come on, Matt.
About to embarrass myself here.
Okay. All right, start right here. So you start with this one, the 3-footer, knock that 3-footer in. Look at this, there you go, 1 for 1. All right, pulled it. Let's do it again. Okay, so in Matt's case here, what we would do is because he missed the 4-footer, he has to start the line over again, okay? But what we typically do, what I make the guys do is, I make him hit the 3-footer, the 4-footer, since you missed the 4-footer, I make you hit the 5-footer and hit the 10-footer. Then come back and start over with the 3. So I'm really trying to get high reps in here for the guys converting short putts. We're gonna now go to putting drill number 2. And this is probably, I feel, the most important drill that we do as a team, okay? And what we have set up here is we have, this is called our lag putting drill, okay? What we have set up is we have a 20-footer, 30-footer, 40-footer, 50-footer, and 60-footer, okay? And we do this drill in 2 different ways, okay? The first way we do this is you start with a 20-footer and we are 2-putting them all. That is our goal, to 2-putt every one, okay? We just finished the par putt drill. Many times after you have, especially the 50, 60-foot putt, you're gonna have to convert that 3, 4, 5-footer to save par. So what we're really trying to accomplish with this lag drill is speed control. We want speed control We want the ball coming in on the high side of the hole, so as the ball is dying, it's getting closer to the hole. It's not coming in on the low side, getting further away. So the first way we do that is we 2-putt them all. So we want to hit all 5 putts, then go up and make all of the short putts, okay? If you don't 2-putt them all, you do it again until you 2-putt them all. The second way we do it is, this may be a little bit confusing, but we do no collisions. So as you're hitting all 5 putts in a row, none of the balls can collide around the hole. So clearly the first few putts, the 20-footer, the 30-footer, and the 40-footer, are very, very important with where you leave the ball. So to hit your first putt from 20 feet and leave it 3 feet short right in the middle of the hole, now the other putts you're having to hit right or left of the ball to get the right speed, or get them close to the hole. So this is, to me, probably our most important putting drill that we do as a group, because it's controlling speed, and you've got to have control of your speed. Speed is the #1 element of every putt you hit because it determines line. So again, welcoming our special guest, Matt Noonan, to do our lag putting drill. So Matt, go ahead and start here with the 20-footer. Our focus is on speed. Focus is on speed control here. Okay, not too bad. You're gonna have to convert that 3-footer, obviously. Okay, all right. Now to the 30-footer. Okay, now on to 40 feet. So under the collision deal, you would have to do this again. But because we're just 2-putting them all, you're still good here, okay? But again, you can see as the first 2 putts that you hit, leaving them short of the hole, makes it much more difficult here.
It does complicate things.
Very good there, Matt. Great pace. Great pace. Now to finish up with your 60-footer. That's very good. But again, because that's got good speed, that's in our 3 to 5 foot window, okay? So again, all these putts, I would consider all these good speed. You're gonna convert most of these for 2 putts, and that's our goal in this drill. As golfers, one of the things we wanna do is we wanna look up and we wanna see the ball go in the hole. Well, I can assure you, if the ball goes in the hole, you're gonna hear it go in. So you're gonna know that the ball went in. So the drill that we're gonna do here today is to give you an understanding of when it's okay for you to look up and track the ball. So what I've done is, I typically like to use a dime or a penny in doing this drill. So I depress the dime or the penny into the turf, and I sit the ball on top of the coin. So if you're tracking my eyes, I'm here. Putter passes the coin, I can then look up. All right, we're gonna move on from our putting drills to a little bit of short game stuff. And really what I'd like to talk to you about today from a short game standpoint is understanding the importance of trajectory with the shot that you're choosing. Trajectory is gonna really help you control your distance. And if I were to work with an amateur, I'm gonna start with trying to get them to utilize 3 clubs in their short game. And a tour player is gonna probably have 6 or 7 different clubs that they'll use around the green. But the first club that I would recommend starting would be your sand wedge. That would be either a 56 or a 60-degree wedge. The next club would be a wedge or a 9, and the last club would be an 8 or a 7. And so what we're doing here is obviously with the sand wedge, that's gonna be when you have less green or the ball needs to be elevated in the air. The second shot would where you have a little bit more green, but you wanna use trajectory to hit it a little bit lower, get it on the ground sooner, let it release. The last shot would be with an 8 or a 7 iron to where maybe you have 60 or 70 feet of green to cover, and instead of hitting a sand wedge and trying to fly it all the way to the flag, you're going to hit something like an 8 or a 7 iron, getting the ball on the ground faster and letting it release across the green. I am very much a believer in not changing ball position very much, so you're going to be utilizing the same ball position pretty much for all of these shots. You're going to be using loft to control the trajectory. You're going to have similar weight distribution at setup for each one, and I'll go over those when I demonstrate the shots. But the key here with this trajectory control is also club face control. This is the bounce of a sand wedge, okay? I don't want to use the leading edge. So almost on every single shot, probably 95% of the shots that I'm hitting from a closely mown area, you can see I've set the club face open just a little bit at address, and then I've gripped it. So when I swing, you can see how that club passes nicely through the turf. Where if I set up and I have the leading edge here, you can see how that club wants to more dig into the turf, okay? So the next thing that I'm gonna do basically on controlling the trajectory, so I start with an open face. The higher I wanna hit the ball, the more I'm gonna get that club face open on the backswing, okay? So just to explain here, club face is open a little bit at address. I go to this position, the club face is square. This is probably going to be a middle trajectory shot. I go higher in the air. You can see the face is rolled more and is open. With all of these shots, my ball position is in the middle to the front part of my stance with 60% of my weight on my left side. And as I'm hitting these shots, I want my feet to be narrow so I don't have a lot of leg movement, leg swaying. I want to hit this shot very controlled with a turn and a pivot, okay? Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Okay, that's a higher shot, softer shot. Ball is gonna release, okay? Now let's go to a 9 iron, okay? So again, as I set up to the ball, and this is a shot that's gonna travel just a little bit further across the green, okay? So again, I'm gonna have the narrow stance, 60% of my weight on my left side, and again, I'm gonna slightly have the club face open here, just so that the leading edge does not dig into the ground. And you can see, even though I'm hitting it on a lower trajectory, as I set up here, I don't have a lot of lean to the shaft. The shaft is very neutral, and you'll see again, the previous shot that I hit is gonna look very similar to this, except the ball is going to come out on a flatter trajectory. So that's a shot where I'm trying to get the ball to release more. Clearly see how that released a lot more than the first shot, and that was a 9 iron. Now we're going to move to 7 iron, okay? The key here with 7 iron is understanding the proximity that I am to the green. With the 9 iron, I could be probably 5-10 yards off the green and still use a 9 iron. With a 7 iron, I want to be probably within 5 or 6 yards of the green, because again, I'm trying to get the ball on the green as fast as I can and let it release across the green. So again, very similar technique. Ball's middle to forward, slightly open face, not much lean to the shaft, and the club just passes through the grass, never sticking the club in the ground. So this one's gonna come out a little bit flatter and release a little bit more. Certainly hope these tips help your game, and I know we're all anxious to watch the Bearcats this fall getting back into action.